It's your boy Terrence K. Williams, and I am here today with comedian Mark Schiff. Mark, what's going on, man?
Hello, Terrence. It's good to be here.
Thanks for coming to the show, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on.
We're in Atlanta.
Yeah, we are. ATL, Georgia.
That's right.
A lot of black people here. Have you seen a lot of black people?
On my way here, I saw plenty of them.
You say what?
I saw plenty of them on the way here.
Yeah. So
you had to go through some neighborhoods that, you hope that the people can do better. What
do you mean?
Old houses, you want to see people do great in life.
So you didn't see any nice houses out here? It's a lot of big houses. You got Tyler Perry out here.
I took the main street in.
Yeah,
but it was good. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it is. So
I love your name, by the way. I was thinking if you reversed it, William K. Terrence. How do you like that?
No.
Sound wealthier.
No. Sound wealthier.
Yeah, William.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like
I'm good. I'm good. Terrence K is good.
It's a beautiful name.
Yeah. So you got a show tonight.
I have a show tonight for a synagogue, a temple, a Jewish temple called Bet Tefillah. We're doing a show for them, and looking forward to that. It's a fundraiser for the people.
So you're doing a show at a synagogue?
I am doing a show at a synagogue. My daughter-in-law is from Atlanta, so I know the people here. I know the rabbi here. I know. Yeah. In fact, he married them. The rabbi, the local
So I'm
rabbi.
assuming that you're Jewish.
I am Jewish.
Okay.
And I can prove it. So I am.
So I mean, how do you do a show at a synagogue? So I'm pretty sure you got to be careful what you say.
You do have to be careful.
Yeah.
So I work clean.
Yeah.
I always work clean. I don't curse on stage. I don't.
So did you used to curse on stage? I
tried it for about a 2-week period when I was new.
What are some words that you used to say on stage?
Well, I would, I said the F word a couple of times.
What F word?
You know, the one that starts with an F and ends with a K? Fire truck.
You can't say it?
Fire truck.
You can't say it?
I can. Fuck. So,
oh, man. Feel good, don't it?
I've been free.
Don't it feel good to say
it
that?
Feel good.
Don't it feel good?
I'm going to open with that tonight.
See, I try to keep it clean, too. Because, when I first started out on social media, I mean, every other word was mother F this, mother F that.
Mother F, what do you mean mother F? What do you mean?
I would motherfucker this, motherfucker that.
Now I got it.
I wish a motherfucker would. Yeah. Can't nobody tell me all of that. And a lot of people were inboxing me, Terrence, please stop cursing so much. I really want to share your videos, so please.
Now, were you?
So I didn't mind. So I did stop. I did stop because a lot of people were asking me, and to be honest, I can be funny without cussing. So, I mean, but when the cameras is off, I'm at home. Shit.
There you go.
Cussing up a storm.
So it's funny. You say cussing, and I grew up saying cursing.
Cussing, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Were you allowed to cuss at home? When you were growing up as a kid, were you cussing at home?
Yeah, I was cussing at home.
See, I wasn't allowed.
But we weren't allowed. So, I mean, I wasn't allowed to cuss around like the adults. But, for instance, there were times when one of my parents, so I grew up in the system. But so there were times if one of my foster parents pissed me off, I didn't curse. I didn't cuss in front of them. Curse whatever you want to say.
Right.
I go in the room and be like, you stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I didn't say it to them in their face though.
Right.
But I cussed a lot of people out behind closed doors.
Right.
I'm big and bad behind closed doors. I cuss you out when you're not around me.
Me too.
I'm about that life.
Only
when you're not around me.
So when I first started doing stand-up, I was really young, and the audience was older than I was, and I felt I couldn't curse in front of them. I felt like I was standing in front of my parents and my grandparents, so I was too shy to do that. I thought somebody would get out of the audience and smack me.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by Noble Gold, the first sponsor to believe in me. Thank you, Noble Gold. Y'all, the U.S. dollar is losing value every single day. It's called inflation. And the Biden administration isn't doing anything about it. They don't care. And from now and through the next election, they still won't care. The current government, the Biden administration, these people can print as much money as they want. That means the value of your dollar and my dollar is in trouble, and so is your future. So make sure you protect the money you already have. People, please protect your money. Invest in Noble Gold. Invest in gold. Gold protects against rising inflation, recession, and will protect your retirement, which is really important. Noble Gold can help you invest in gold. Contact them now and you'll get a 24 karat gold standard coin for free. And I love free, okay? And but anyways, people, call Noble Gold now at 877-646-5347 and mention my name or click the link in the description. Noble Gold, the only gold company for you.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, like I would have, yeah, like if I ever cussed out any adult like that had me in their home or anybody from my biological family, like, I mean, they would have whipped my ass.
Right.
You know. But I do respect my elders, you know, so I will not disrespect them in their face, but like I said, I go to my room or I go outside, I'm mad and I'm, cussing up a storm, but then when I come out that room, it's, yes, sir, no, sir,
right.
Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
That's right.
Yeah. So have you ever slipped up at the synagogue? Like, so you play that synagogue?
I have not.
You never slipped?
I'm pretty good at it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty, I've been doing this a long time,
Yeah.
so it's not going to fly out of my mouth.
Have you played at a church?
I played a lot of temples. I have done a church. And I'll tell you, I did a show in Detroit at the Comedy Castle, and it was to raise money for an orphanage.
Okay.
And it was run by priests and nuns.
Oh, wow.
And I worked clean, and the guy before me was so filthy, and
he was cussing at the church?
He was saying to nuns, like, hey, sister, when's the last time you got laid? Really, it was so rude.
Yeah.
And so offensive.
That is, but that's crazy.
I couldn't believe he was saying that.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. But
this is a real story?
it's a real story. It's a real story.
Oh, it is funny. Now, that is disrespectful, but I mean, it's funny, though. It's funny because it's crazy. Like, who in the hell would ask a nun?
Some people,
they
don't know that you just don't do certain things in life.
Yeah.
I mean, would you curse, like, in front of a priest or... Like,
No, I wouldn't do it,
minister
in God's house.
Right.
But if you at my house, I'll try not to. If you're a priest and you at my house, but I have performed I have a lot of Christian followers, and those are a lot of ones who told me to they begged me to watch my mouth, But now I'm just getting to if I really don't like holding back things that I really want to say. I'm really unfiltered. But now what I tell my Christian audience is this, when I get on stage, I ask who are Christian? Raise your hand if you're a Christian. Okay. Don't judge me. Pray for me. So if I slip up, if I'm cussing on stage, if you are really religious, don't judge me. Pray for me. So yes, if a priest was at my house or a pastor, I'd try to keep it clean. But if I slipped up, I wouldn't. Pray for me, Pastor.
Well, you said an interesting thing, and you said I wouldn't cuss in God's house. But isn't the whole world His house?
Yeah, the whole world is His house. Yes,
He's got a big place. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. It is His house. It is His house. So then what would you call the church then? If the whole world is just
His summer house.
Huh?
No idea.
What would you call it then?
It's all the same. It's
Yeah.
all...
Because a lot of people say, "Oh, you have to go." Or I don't know about the Jewish community, but you got to go to church. You got to go to God. You got to go to church. You got to go. That is the Lord's house. That's God's house. So
No,
if
it's
the whole world is God's house, then do we have to go to church? Do you have to go to the synagogue?
Good question.
Huh?
You do.
Can we congregate in the parking lot and talk about the Lord Jesus Christ?
There you go.
Isn't that considered church too?
Yep. So somebody once said even the Pope would curse if he slammed his fingers in the car door.
Yeah, the Pope probably would.
You go, shit!
Some of those popes haven't some of those popes been in trouble for doing a little nasty, right?
I haven't really followed them all, but
but some of them have, right?
Everybody's got the potential. Everybody's got the potential.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, you got some of these pastors out here cheating on their wives, and you're going to be mad because I said, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you cheating on your wife. And you a pastor.
That's right. It's strange.
Come on.
I know.
Get out of here.
And you know what? We got to pray for them.
Yeah, we do.
We
do. We do got to pray for him. We do got to pray for him. So, you got a new book out.
I do have a new book. Why Not? Lessons on Comedy, Courage, and Chutzpah. Can you give it the chutzpah? You know, the Jews. Can you roll the ch at the end? Can you?
What is it?
Chutzpah. It's like courage, moxie, balls.
Chutzpah.
You know, like when you walk up to really famous people.
Yeah.
And
How do you say it again?
Chutzpah.
Sound like you about to spit.
Yeah, that's right. You got to bring this phlegm up his mouth.
Sound like you about to spit on some damn body. No, it's a chutzpah.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
It takes a little practice.
So what is this book about? Why?
So
why not?
Why not? So it's a memoir. It's my story, my life story, and it's about my growing up in New York, my parents, my grandparents, and then it's pretty much up to date. My touring with Jerry Seinfeld, people I've met through my life, like Bob Dylan, and very famous actress who won more Academy Awards than anybody in history, Katharine Hepburn. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's a memoir.
Yeah, okay.
And you want to know something?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? You know, 2 words can change a person's life. You know that? So, like, for instance, when somebody asked me to write something for them a long time ago, if I would have said no thanks, that book wouldn't be here. But instead I said, why not?
So I see you have, you have a foreword by Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
That's pretty big.
Pretty big. He's a good friend of mine, and we've been on the road together.
Wow.
25 years. We started together when Jerry had a regular job at a burger brew place. He was a waiter.
So were you ever like roommates or anything like that?
We were not roommates. He was roommates in a studio apartment. You know George Wallace, the comedian? Mm-hmm. And him and Wallace shared an apartment, a studio apartment. But we were not roommates, but we've traveled together for many years. My first road gig was with Jerry.
Okay.
And he's been good to me, and we've been friends forever. So
Gotcha.
we tour and we play 2,000, 3,000, and we've done as much as last week we did 15,000 people.
15,000?
Yeah, 2 shows, 7,500 each show.
Wow.
We were in Winnipeg and Saskatoon,
15,000.
Canada. Hockey arenas. We played hockey arenas.
That sounds like a lot of money.
A lot of people, good money there.
Yeah. Y'all drawing in 15,000 people over the weekend. That's over 2 days. That's pretty big.
Well, he does the drawing, not me.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I said to somebody, I could get 15,000 people to listen to me, but I can't get my wife to listen to me, one person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't get my 3 kids to listen, but 15,000 I can get listening.
I think we can all get strangers to listen to us before we can get our loved ones to, right?
That's true. Know? It's very hard to convince your family.
Yeah, that's why I have a neighbor. My neighbors, they beg me. They be coming knocking on my door. Terrence, can you please talk to our son? Can you please tell him this? We're trying to talk him not into doing this, not into doing that.
Sure.
But he won't listen to us. It's because, a lot of times people listen to strangers before they listen to their, parents, their brother, their sister, So this book, when did this book come out?
Came out about 8 months ago. That's my parents on the cover.
Okay.
And that's my bar mitzvah.
So this your dad, your mom, that's you right there in the middle?
That's me in the middle.
Okay.
And that's me at 13 years old. And it's my bar mitzvah picture. That's 13 in the Jewish religion. That's when a boy becomes a man. You take on responsibility.
You a man at 13?
That's what they say. You take on responsibility.
Now, is it still like that, or that's like back in the day?
No, it's still like that.
Do you believe that?
I do.
You do?
Because you're at an age now, 13, where you can start being responsible for yourself, and you can, the difference between right and wrong. At 13.
Yeah, but not a man. A man though?
Well, I'm not going to be, listen, a long time ago, people died at 20. Yeah. So at 13, you're middle age.
Okay.
When you think about it.
So what about for the girls? When do they become women? At what age?
12.
At 12.
12, 13, yeah.
So the boys become man at 13. They become man at 13. The girls become women at 12.
So it's not physically because you're still growing up, but you take on responsibilities. You're
Yeah.
not just a kid anymore that people are just going to take care of you.
Yeah.
It's time that you start digging in and doing some stuff for other people.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
You know what I mean? You can cross
Yeah.
the street now.
Yeah.
So at 13. So if you see a blind person and they need some help, you can cross them now.
Yeah.
You can't do that at 9.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little.
Because it kind of remind me like back in the day, like 1800s, early 1900s, when they were considering, 13-year-olds as men and women, and they were getting married to people 10 years older than them because they were considered adults.
That's right.
Now, it's not like that in the Jewish community, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
People get married kind of young, maybe 20, 21, 22 or something like that. But it's not like that.
Yeah.
You're not getting married at 14. Although some places still, with parents' permission, you get married at 14.
Okay.
It's a little young, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a little young.
I'm pleased with the book. I got a great publisher, a New York publisher,
Okay.
and got my agent. And
that's awesome.
Not only just very funny, it's very moving at times.
Yeah. So so you said it's very moving. Like I'm pretty sure everybody grows up with issues and have hardships and all that stuff. What's one of the hardships you had to deal with growing up?
So my mother was kind of bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
She had extremes, like from real highs and real lows. So I had to grow up with a lot of threats and a lot of stuff like that. And I had to get through it and get over it as I got older. And I figured out ways to listen. You have a choice when you get older. You do. Yeah.
I love that you said that. You have a choice.
Yeah. Right. You either forgive or you're stuck with resentment.
Man, you are preaching to the choir. I honestly believe that. And I was literally just telling one of my siblings that about a few weeks ago. It's like, because I do have quite a few of my siblings, they still have they are still struggling with the fact that we went through the system. And, and I'm like, y'all, we grown now. We grown. Right. I have a brother who still feels like, or our mom should still do stuff for us and our dad should still do stuff. No, the hell they don't. You are grown. You are an adult. It's time to let go.
That's right.
Let go. Why are you still holding on? Listen, I love my mother. I love her. I forgive her. She was on drugs. She had a sickness, and it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, things happen in life.
That's right.
And, and now I'm grown. I am an adult. It's my choice if I want to hold on to that or let it go. But people need to learn to let go.
That's right.
That's the biggest problem right now. With a lot of people, they don't want to let go. They holding on to stuff that happened 20 years ago. Let it go. It happened 20 years ago.
There are people that
you can remember. I'm not saying that whatever happened to you doesn't matter, but damn it, that happened 20 years ago.
That's right.
Let it go.
Listen, I had family members that would curse people in the grave. Son of a bitch, I'm glad he's dead. He's dead 25 years. So, by the way, I know a woman whose mother gave her up at birth. Her mother was a heroin addict.
Yeah.
And she carried with her this girl her whole life. Resentment towards her mother, giving her up. And then one day she met her mother, her birth mother. And her mother said, I loved you so much. That's why I had to let you go. Because I refused to drag you into this life that I was
Wow.
in. And she was able to forgive at that moment.
Yeah.
Because her mother explained to her, it wasn't about that I didn't love you.
Yeah.
It was because I loved you so much.
Right. Yeah. I really, you really got me thinking, because I've really been preaching that to some of my siblings for the longest. Just let things go. Just let it go. Move on, learn from it, just be grateful that you have a life.
That's right.
That you're here breathing right now.
That's right.
That's the most important thing, So I love that. I'm gonna have to read this book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's coming to my show Saturday.
You have a friend?
Yeah, I do. I have one. He's coming to a show of mine, and he robbed me twice. And I was able to forgive him for it.
He robbed you twice?
Twice. Twice.
What did he steal from you?
So the first time I let him stay, I had an apartment in New York, and I let him stay there. And I let somebody else stay 2 weeks after him, and the guy that stayed 2 weeks later said, I thought you had a TV and stereo. Where is it? I called this guy, and I said, listen, did you take my stuff? And he said, yeah, I needed money, so I sold your TV. And he replaced it, so I forgave him.
Well, he was an honest thief.
He replaced it.
Yeah.
And then he stayed with me in L.A. years later, and he stole a ring of mine. So he has since made amends again. I will never let him stay with me again, but I've been able to forgive him because deep down he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And he's coming to my show, and I'm going to give him a hug and say hello to him.
Wow. You forgave this man twice.
Twice.
But this time you won't let him stay with you.
No, I will never let him stay with me.
Even if he was sleeping on the streets, he couldn't come to your house.
That's an interesting question. At this age, the answer to that is yes, because he's an older guy and he's kind of all crumpled up now. And even if he stole something, he wouldn't do it anymore because he's just not that.
Right.
He's old, you know. And
I think at this point he'll probably eat your leftovers that you were looking forward to eating. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. Who ate my food? You know, I'm sorry, I was hungry. So that's the only thing he could probably do at this. You know,
I find it much easier in life to forgive people the best. You know, you don't forget, but you let go.
Like exactly. Let
go or be dragged.
Let go or be dragged. Yeah.
Drop the rock.
Yeah, people just need to get over things. Now, so you know, you're talking about your family. You know, I meant to ask you. So you have the last name Schiff. Are you kin to Adam Schiff?
I am not, but I'll tell you what happened. I was doing a show in Florida.
Good, because I hate Adam Schiff.
He's not a good guy.
I don't like them.
I don't like.
But anyways,
so I was doing a show in Florida, and at the end of my show, I took some questions. And somebody, you know, this old guy sitting there with his wife, and he says, "I got a question. Are you related to Adam Schiff?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I'm not." And he goes, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Absolutely not." And I didn't say anything nasty about Adam, even though I'm not a fan of his at all.
Yeah.
So I said to him, "Why do you ask?" And he said, "Because I'm Adam's father."
Yeah.
So his father was sitting there in the audience and was trying to get me to kind of say something nasty about his son, but I wouldn't fall into the trap.
Yeah. Adam Schiff is,
Yeah.
That guy
He's still out there doing stuff.
I'm pretty sure a bunch of people ask you that question, right? Are you kin to Adam Schiff?
I get that a bunch.
Yeah.
And some people ask you, and they're hoping you are.
Yeah.
They love the guy.
Now, where are you originally from? I didn't ask you that.
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
The only borough in Manhattan, in New York, with the word "the." There's no the Brooklyn, the Queens, the Manhattan. It's the Bronx.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Because it could just be Bronx, New York.
There was a family named the Bronx family.
Yeah.
So maybe because
so was the city named after the Bronx family?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was from the Bronx, grew up kind of tenement housing, you know, 6'4" walk up, no elevator.
Yeah.
Bad when you get all the way down, you realize you forgot your pencil.
Yeah. Now, so do you still live in New York City?
I do not. I live in Los Angeles.
Well, LA. Okay. You like it?
I used to like it. I don't like it so much anymore.
Yeah.
It's heavy crime.
Yeah.
It's no punishment for people.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. Now, one thing I do like about LA is the weather. I can give them that. The weather is great.
It's the best weather in the country.
You know, it's the best weather in the country.
It's phenomenal weather.
But it's but New York and LA is beyond expensive. And I'm gonna tell you right, I think it's overrated. Like, it does not have to be that expensive to live there. That is insane. Those 2-bedroom apartments, 1-bedroom apartment, I mean, they ranging from $1,000 to $4,000 just to live in a 1 to 2-bedroom apartment in those two big cities.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just insane. That's insane. But what I don't understand is this, is that, you know, and I know you don't really get involved in politics. I'm not gonna get too much into that. But one thing I understand is this: is the people in charge of those cities, in charge of New York City and LA, the people who run those cities, majority of them, you know, they happen to be, Democrats, liberals, you know, and they preach about, they preach about, you know, about being, about helping out the poor and about taking from the rich and giving to the poor, and like, hey, we want to help the poor people. We want to help people, we are for affordable living. We are for affordable this and affordable that. Y'all run the two biggest cities in America, and they are the most expensive, and people there have been struggling for decades in those cities.
Right.
But y'all claim to be for affordable living, and we want people to be able to afford homes and be able to pay their rent. But the people that some of the places that are that have the highest cost of living are ran by the people who preach about helping out poor people, who preach about, making sure that that single mothers and people from I had a damn brain fart, but these are the people who preach about,
love and tolerance.
Yeah, love and tolerance, but not just that. Like, they say that, we want people to be able to afford food, like I said, housing and all that. But if y'all care, why are the places that y'all run are some of the most expensive places to live,
It's so
expensive. And like, for instance, like, I'm in Texas now, Austin, Texas, Texas is a red state, but Austin, Texas is super liberal now. I mean, it's ran by the libs there. Austin, Texas now is the most expensive place to live in the state of Texas.
Right.
So, and those same people say, we really want to help people survive in America. We really want to help these people have a great living, but y'all make places hard to live. So
I agree.
But anyways,
I was recently Newsom, who's the governor, Newsom. He just passed a new law in schools.
Yeah,
you can't. They don't serve hot dogs or soda pop anymore because it's bad for your health. But you can still get crack and fentanyl, so that's okay. Everything is.
That's crazy.